What is not started today is never finished tomorrow. We all kind of know that inside, don't we? And how do we improve? Number one, we try. And you're here, so you're going to try. You start, and we're going to start right now. And when you start, everything else just flows. And you got to believe, even the song in the beginning said this, you got to just believe in the power of change. You know you can change. It's just taking those steps to do it. And the first step is to move. First step is to show up. Second step is to move. You move a little bit or a lot. Do what is right for your body. The bottom of our screen says that. We'll go through a bunch of different yoga poses today and to make you stronger, to make you more balanced, but you've got to do exactly what is right for you. I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is a 1 hour long yoga practice. You think, oh my gosh, an hour is a really long time. It goes by quickly. Give yourself the time. You know what? You're doing your yoga from home with this practice. We do it live every single day. Every practice is different. You're doing it live at home, your way, making it work for you. You don't have a commute to the gym. Just think, the drive to the gym alone, the round trip would be an hour. So give yourself this time. You are your own best teacher. You listen to your body. If something hurts, don't do it. Back out of it. Take it to a lesser percentage, but just do a little bit or a lot. And the word of the day, believe. You gotta believe, right? You gotta have, believing means to have confidence without having proof. But you know what? Don't you just kind of know in your heart of hearts that your yoga is good for you, that the movement is good for you? You know good things are going to happen. You just got to show up. All right, that's the pep talk. Believe in you and the power of change. All right, so you're going to use props. The props we use are our usual props. 2 yoga blocks are wonderful. They bring the ground up to you. That's a great way to look at that. And we're going to use it today. We're going to do a pose called triangle, trichinosis, trichasana. All right, but we don't do that very often, so we're going to do that today. An eye shade or a little hand towel is great. And if you want to use a strap for boat or bow, it's good. It's good. Have some water. All right, let's go. All right, come alive. Let's come on up to standing. As you come on up, we're going to do a little warm-up. Trikonasana. Got to remember that. Trikonasana. All right, as you come on up to standing, let's lock a stress number into your mind. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What's going on? How do you feel? How do you feel in your body? Give it a number, and we're going to work on bringing that number down. All right, a little warm up. Just to warm the body up, just to move it, to get it feeling good. Lift your arms up to the sky, extended mountain pose. As you lift, reach through your fingers. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Breathe. Reach through your fingers. Feel good. Stretch. Even feel the stretch up your side bodies. Just lengthen. Lengthen to strengthen. That's what we're here to do. To strengthen the body, to become stronger, to have better balance. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. Do a gentle palm tree pose. In your palm tree pose, you're swaying from side to side, getting a nice lateral flexion of your spine. Sideways movement. You don't have to go fast. Feel what you feel. That's important. Your feet are gripped into your mat. You are strong. Every day our practices are different. Some days we focus on flexibility and mobility. Some days we focus on strength. Today's focus is strength in this vinyasa practice. We do it every Tuesday and every Saturday. Other days of the week we do different practices. Check it out. And make it all work for you. You modify it. You make it work. Keep going sideways, sideways. Bend, bend. Make the practice work for you. You do exactly what is right for you. Maybe you have a chair nearby. Maybe you are seated in a chair and you're doing this movement. It's all good. Come back to the midline of your body. Release your hands to your low back. Press your fingers into your back. Send your belly forward. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Feel the opening up in the chest. Look up above you as far as feels right. You don't have to go very far. Chest is lifted high to the sky. Exhale. Time to fold forward. All right. Let your arms hang toward the earth. Let your gaze go back toward your belly button as the crown of your head hangs toward the earth. Little movement in the knees feels good. Adjust your stance so you feel solid and firm. Move your hips a little bit. Fold forward a little bit more. Let your breath go. So we've moved the spine all different ways. We've moved it sideways. We've moved it backwards. We moved it forward. Let's roll our spine on up. Come on back up to a standing position. Let's move our arms now. Circle your arms toward the back of the room. They can be big circles or small circles. Add in your knees. Bend the knees. knees, and then straighten the knees. All right, just some movement here in the shoulders. Maybe your arm circles aren't too large. That's fine. Maybe your knee bends aren't too deep. That's fine too. You got to start somewhere. Move. Breathe. Take your arm circles in the opposite direction. Breathe. This is our little warm-up sequence. When you stand up throughout the day, why don't you do this? Nobody's around you watching. Stand up. Do your movements. Come on up to a standing position. Shoulders over your hips, hips over your knees, knees over your ankles. Stand up nice and straight. Arms are down by your sides. Big coat swing. Now we're going to get the twist going in the spine. Turn one way, then the other. Look over one shoulder, then the other. But let your arms hang heavy. Look over one shoulder, then the other. Breathe. Twist. Feel the twist. Maybe look a little farther over your shoulder. Really an important pose. Let's finish it up. Slow it on down. Let's do ragdoll pose. So bend forward, hinge at the hips. Take your hands to opposite elbow creases. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Adjust your feet so you're comfortable. Think of your head as heavy. Your head is heavy, between 8 and 12 pounds. Let it hang toward the earth. Let the decompression happen in your spine. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let all the tension go. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You do exactly what feels right for you. Maybe start to sway one elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. It's almost as if you're drawing like a figure 8 with your elbows on the earth. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Do exactly what you can with what you've got. Let everything else go. Everything will fall into place. Just don't sweat it. Let this be a great hour on your mat. All right, that is your ragdoll pose. Go ahead and bring your arms back to the midline of your body. Lift your toes up, give them a wiggle. Release your fingers to the mat. Come on down to your child's pose. Child's pose, this is your opportunity to get into your head. Knees together, big toes touch. A block can be under your chest or your forehead. Let your arms come down by your sides, lengthen through your spine and soften through your shoulders. Big breath in, big breath out. Sigh it out, let it go. You can have a half-size block. We've talked about those before. Or you can remove the block completely and bring your head on down to the mat. Reach the fingers toward the feet. Nice, concise little here in your child's pose. An option is your wide-legged child's pose. Knees spread wide, big toes touch, hips back towards your heels. You can use the block under your forehead, your chest, if you like it. Just kind of bring your chest, your head closer to the earth. Whatever you need to prop under there to support your forehead, go ahead and use it. Fingers reach long to the top of your mat in this extended child's pose. Fingers press into the mat. Hands grip into the mat and send the hips further back toward the heels. Inhale, lengthen through your spine in either variation. Exhale through your mouth, letting all the tension go. Close your lips if you like. Engage what's called your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Breathe in and out through your nose if that suits you. Whenever you need to, take that big sigh out of your mouth to let tension go. But try to come back to closing the lips and breathing in and out of your nose. As you focus inward, let the outside world go. It doesn't matter. Turn off the news. Go for a walk. Enjoy your poses. Enjoy your yoga. Enjoy your breath. Let this be a time to remind you of just that. In this child's pose, know that you can come back to it anytime you want, or maybe stay here longer. You decide. All kinds of good things are happening. Your spine is lengthening. Your knees are getting a nice bend. So are your ankles, your quadriceps. Oh, it feels so good to reach and lengthen through the spine. I'm going to come out of the child's pose now. I'm going to bring my hands underneath my shoulders, tucking my toes towards my shins. I'm going to press my hips high up to the sky. I'm going to walk my feet to my hands or my hands to my feet. I'm going to roll my spine up, one vertebra at a time, coming up to standing. Placing my hands in a prayer position, closing my eyes, feeling the earth beneath my feet, and just the temperature of the air around me. Hands are at prayer center. I'm going to have a moment of gratitude. Create a mantra in your mind. I am fill in the blank with a really positive statement. I am strong. How about that one? Breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. All right, let's do a sun salutation A. One breath, one pose, let's do it. Lengthen up through your arms, extended mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Take a forward fold, hinge your body in half, fingers reach toward the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your shins. Imagine your back being super duper flat and draw your shoulders back. Press into your thighs, your calves, whatever it needs, whatever you need to create a flat back. Exhale, come on down. Bring your hands down to your mat. I showed you a couple examples of options here for your Chaturanga Dandasana. I'm going to do a full Chaturanga. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into a neutral, into a plank. Shoulders over the wrists, feet are long, pushing the earth away. You could take this on your knees if you wish. High plank, exhale, low plank, elbows hugged in. Flip the tops of your feet onto your mat as you straighten your arms. Take an upward facing dog. Knees are lifted or down on your mat. Breathe. Chest is forward. Think of going forward. Exhale, down dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. You could take an extended child's pose if you like. Let's do it again. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or hands back to meet your feet. I walk my hands back to meet my feet just because of the camera, nothing special there. Inhale, arms sweep up to your sides. Lengthen up in your Tadasana. Remember, extended mountain. Feel the length in your hips. Feel the reach through your fingers. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. You could be standing up against a wall. You could press against the wall on this. You do what's right for you. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. Maybe you come back to a down dog. It's all good. I'm going to go high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Feet are hip width distance apart. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Your neck is loose. Shake it out. Let it be. Pedal it out. Reach one heel closer to the earth than the other. Roll up onto the ball of the foot. Breathe. You do toes pose. You know how to do this. Let the feet feel good. Finish up. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain, lengthen. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Take the variation that you like. I'm going to go high plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Inhale, rise on up, extended mountain. Time for sun B. Lengthen through your fingers. Bend your knees. Reach through your fingers. Bend your knees some more. Sit back like you're seated in a chair. Maybe literally you are seated in a chair. That's fine. Reach through your fingers, sink it a little bit lower. Weight back into your heels. Look down at your feet. Maybe look at your toes. Give your toes a wiggle because the weight is in your heels. Lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Straighten your feet. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. You know this. Exhale, come on down and do your variation of your Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe it's high plank, or maybe you take it on your knees. Maybe you come to low plank. Flip your feet, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. You can be on your knees. Exhale, flip your feet, downward facing dog. Breathe, press into the earth, shake your neck. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge, bringing the right foot in between your two front hands. Inhale, rise on up, shoulders over hips. Plant your back left foot, right toes point forward. Sink into the right front knee. Knee over ankle, both feet solidly planted. Arms tee out, palms face down. Inhale, lengthen up to the crown of your head. Exhale, soften up and rest into to your low body. Inhale, lengthen up. Now give the mat a big squeeze, trying to pull it in toward the center. Exhale, soften up. When you're ready, turn your head to the right. Reach, reach, reach to the right. Then tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Arms can be straight, or the bottom arm, the right arm, can be bent, and rest on that thigh. Lengthen up through your left fingers. Look up to your left fingers. Remember that good feeling you had in doing the palm tree pose? You got it going on the left side here, don't you? Reach. Intensify it. Maybe reach that left arm over the top of your mat. Breathe. Now on an inhale, come on up, reverse warrior. Right arm comes down, or left arm comes down your leg. Right arm goes high, breathe. Lengthen up, maybe reach to the back of the room. That's your warrior two. Let's take our arms, cartwheel them, surround the front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Press into your plank. Maybe take your Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank to low plank. Press the earth away, upward facing dog. You're on the tops of your feet. Exhale, down dog. Maybe you just came back to the down dog. That's fine. You can do whatever works for you. Inhale, left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge. Rise on up, plant the right back foot. Arms tee out, sink low here. Breathe in, sink down low, breathe out. Look to your left hand. Reach to your left fingers. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Press your inner left thigh open. Breathe. Maybe reach more forward. Inhale. Rise up. Reverse warrior. Right arm comes down your back leg. Left arm goes high. Maybe it reaches to the back of your room. Exhale. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. You could be seated in the chair. Totally fine to do your warrior two from the seated position. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. Let's do it again, a little more quickly, if you like. Feet to hands or hands to feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Bend in the knees, reach through the arms. Bend more in the knees, reach through the arms. Weight shifted back into the heels. Hands to prayer center, straighten the knees. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step it back. Your variation, that's important, of a Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Warrior two, settle into your feet. Lengthen up, squeeze the mat. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, settle in. Look to the right, reach to the right. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Tick-tock, like the arms of a clock, 6 and 12. Look up, reach forward if you like. Inhale, rise up. Reverse warrior, right arm goes up, left arm goes down. Look up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Right foot meets left, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Let it feel good. Shake your neck. Inhale, left leg kicks high. Sweep it through as you exhale to a low lunge. Rise on up. Always good to rise on up. Plant your feet. Arms tee out. Sink into that right, left, front knee. Sink low. Breathe. Take a moment here. Reach more through your fingers. Inhale. You are tall. Exhale. Settle into your legs. Look to the left. Reach to the left. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up. Reach forward. Inhale. Rise up. Left arm lifts. Right arm goes down. Here's your reverse warrior. Maybe the arm reaches toward the back of the room. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank. or on your knees. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's all how you want it to be. Pedal your heels. One more time. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, arms sweep up. Modify this to make it work. Lengthen up, bend your knees, chair pose. Shift the weight back into your heels, chair pose. Reach through your fingers, sink a little bit lower, chair pose. Hands to prayer center, straighten your knees, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands plant, your variation, your way. Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank, low plank. Press the earth away, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, pedal it out. Right leg kicks high. Exhale, right leg comes in between your two front hands. Inhale, rise up, feet are planted, settle in to your low body. Arms tee out, lengthen up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen, turn and look over your right middle finger. Reach, tick-tock, 6 and 12. Top arm can reach forward if you like that. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm lifts, left arm lowers. Maybe reach a little more to the back of your room. Time to cartwheel the arms. Surround the right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank, low plank. Earth pushes away. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Tailbone high to the sky. Neck is loose. Let it go. One more side to do, and we're done with our warrior two. Lift your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Plant the back right foot. Rise on up, tee out the arms, settle in, knee over ankle. Breathe, lengthen up. Exhale, settle in. Look to the left, reach to the left. Tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12. Breathe, look up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Stretch through those fingers. Maybe reach to the back. Cartwheel your arms. Surround the left foot back to meet right. Hold it here in your plank. Let's come down to our knees. All right, sun A, sun B, you did it. You're warmed up. How do you feel? I think we did 3 sets of each. That is really good. Boy, you talk about building strength. Those chaturangas, which are kind of like your planks, which are your planks. They start in a high plank. But we do planks every day and we hold them for a minute. You will get stronger. You will get stronger. You just have to show up and you have to try. And most importantly, you got to believe. All right, drink. Okay, let's go into our core things. You can have your strap nearby if you want to use it for boat. I'm not going to use it today, but it's up to you. From your seated position, let's put our hands to prayer center. Open up your knees wide to the sides of the room. Soles of your feet meet. Inhale, lengthen up. Your mantra, maybe I am strong. Maybe when your hands come together in that moment of gratitude, maybe you say that. Thank you for having me be strong. Thank you, strong body, for allowing me to do my yoga so I can do other great things throughout my day. Fully recline on your mat. Take it slowly because you are in control. Once you're all the way down, adjust your feet, adjust your knees so you are comfortable. Bring your fingertips lightly to your temples. Elbows touching the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe breathe in and out of your nose or in and out of your mouth. Maybe you take it in through the nose and you sigh it out through the mouth as you let some heat go from all those warrior poses we did. Inhale. Lift your shoulders on up. Exhale. Bring them on down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep your knees and your elbows open wide. This is said to work your low abs. I don't know. I think everything's working, right? Everything works together like a fine concert. Breathe. Lift your body. You got to move it, and you are moving it in your yoga. Lift, lower. Maybe your lifts aren't very high. That's A-okay. All right, this is your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Let's finish these. Bring the shoulders down. Bring the knees together to meet at the midline of your body. And then adjust your feet. So your feet are underneath your hips. Knees are up toward the sky. We're going to do bicycle next. I'm going to peel my shoulders up. Elbow toward opposite knee. That's a fine way of doing your bicycle. Just get your little twist going on. Maybe you want to lift the knees up. Knees over your hips. Shins parallel to the earth. Start to move the legs and then start to bring an elbow toward the opposite knee. That's a fine variation. Maybe you want to keep your shoulders down and just ride a bicycle like you're in a recumbent bike. A really recumbent bike because you are reclined. Drive through the heels. That's a good pose. Maybe you start to straighten your legs and you scissor kick them. All fine variations of your bicycle pose. Let's finish now. Send your legs long on your mat. Send your arms high overhead. Stretch it out. Stick pose. Just make your body long like a big number one. Point your toes. Reach through the fingers. Big stretch here. Oh, breathe. Time for boat. Navasana. Use your strap if you want. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to take my hands behind my hamstrings, right behind the knees, right above the backs of the knees. I'm going to rock and roll a couple times. You know your body. If rolling on your spine is not recommended by your doctor, don't do it. All right, so rocking on the spine. How high do you want to take it? How far do you want to take it? Have fun with it. Rock. All right. Work your way up to a seated position. Keep your hands behind your knees. Sit on back like you're in a recliner, like a beach chair. Send your chest high to the sky. Now the weight is maybe in your heels. Maybe you lift one leg or the other. Maybe you lift both legs. Maybe you straighten both legs. Put a smile on your face because you can. And if you're not having fun, don't do it. Have a good time. Move. You feel better when you move. And you feel better when you put a smile on your face. All right, lean back a little bit more. Maybe remove your hands. Reach towards your feet. Maybe reach higher up toward the sky. Find the sweet spot for you today. Breathe. Rowboat. I'm going to put a little bend in my knees. Hands to first center. One elbow dips to one side, then the other. Row, row, row your boat. Keep at it. You got it. Keep at it. Have fun. All right, let's finish now. Bend your knees, hug your heels in, cosmic egg pose. Wrap your forearms around your shins, grab for opposite elbows, push the weight up onto your toes as best you can, right? Lift the weight out of your feet. Tuck your forehead toward your knees. Roll into this tight little yogi ball and balance. Circle your ankles this way and that. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Move them. Plant your feet. All right, find your 2 yoga blocks. Let's do crow pose. It's an inversion. It means you're upside down, but don't run off. You can do this. Find your 2 blocks. Bring your 2 blocks at a stable height onto your mat. About torso distance apart. Guesstimate it. All right, come on up. Stand on this back block. You don't have to use blocks. I like blocks. I find it more doable. All right. So stand on that back block. Maybe that's enough of a challenge for today. Bend the knees. Come on down onto this block. Knees are bent to the side of the room. Hands are down onto your mat. There you go. Maybe you stay right here. Crow pose is an inversion. It builds confidence in your ability to move your body in this direction. Knees are open wide. Now plant your hands solidly on your mat. Eyeball the block at the top. Maybe push it a little farther or closer. Whatever you think it's going to take to have your forehead be able to rest, or the top of your head to rest on this block. Plant your hands solidly on your mat. That is a big step for me. I feel more comfortable here on the fingertips, but you need to plant your hands solidly if you're going to come into a crow. Now bend, your knees are bent. They're really bent. Bring your bent knees onto the backs of your triceps, the backs of your upper arm. Hinge more forward. Now your head is going to aim for that block. Press on into your feet, lift on up, place your head on the block, maybe the back block. You can play with lifting one foot or the other. Balance here. You got it. Hold it. And if you fall out, no big deal, get back in. You can do your crow. Maybe you work toward doing away with the blocks. I can't talk and not do the blocks. So I use the blocks, nice and stable. Hold on strong. You got it. When you're ready, come on out of it. Not too bad, right? If you fall out, you're really close to the ground. It's no big deal, but it's a huge confidence builder. How did you like crow? Good job. All right, let's bring our knees together. Let's come on up to a standing position. Roll your spine up, all the way up. Arms go high, lengthen up. Extended mountain. Remember prayer twist? Let's do that. All right, so bring your hands to a prayer center position. Bend your knees. Bend your knees generously. So your legs are like in chair pose. Hold here. Work your knees a little bit apart so you feel more stable. Sink low. Hold it here. Here's your prayer twist. If you're a golfer, great pose. And you know what? We all should be able to twist like a golfer. It's important to twist. Sink low. Hold it here. Now, inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale. Let it go. Outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now, your left knee is going to have come forward. Bring it back in line with the other knee. All right, hands stack, elbows stack, look in between your toes, lengthen up, exhale, soften up. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, twist to the right. Look to the right of your mat or look to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, don't neglect this phase. Exhale, twist, maybe look up towards your elbow. Now open up your arms. Remember how we tick-tocked our arms, 6 and 12 in a warrior pose? Do the same thing here. Right arm high, left arm low, fingers of the left hand to the earth, fingers to the right hand to the sky. Inhale, slowly bring palms back together. Come back to the midline of your body. There you go. Let's do this prayer twist again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Check out your knees. Don't let that right knee pop forward. Inhale, lengthen. Hands are stacked. Elbows are stacked. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, lengthen. Create the space in your waist. Exhale, twist. Maybe look to your hands or up to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. You gotta have the length before you can twist. Let the right hand come toward the earth. Let the left hand go up toward the sky. Think of swinging that golf club really super high. Whee, let it go. Breathe. And bring your hands back to prayer center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. We're almost in gorilla pose. Let's do it. Straighten your knees. Take your hands. Place your hands, your palms, underneath the soles of your feet from the top. So the tops of your toes are on your wrist, and your palms are touching the soles of your foot. Gaze towards your knees. A little bend in your knees. Drive your elbows to the sides of the room. Ooh, I still have my rings on, and it hurts. Take your rings off before you do your yoga. Breathe. And then finish. Release your hands from underneath your feet. Wiggle your fingers. Let them go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Exhale, take a big step forward with your right foot. With your right foot forward and your back heel lifted, let's come into a lunge. Bring your hands to prayer center. Bend the left knee and hold it right here. Hold it. Right knee over right ankle. You're on the ball of your left foot. Hold it. Maybe bring your arms on up high, and if you don't like holding it in the legs, bring that back knee down. Totally fine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take a baby back bend. Hands back to prayer center. Let's do a twist here. A left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands are stacked, just like we did in golfer. Lengthen, and then twist. You can be down on that back knee or hover it even lower. You decide. Twist, twist, twist. Hands back to prayer center. Plant your hands inside the right front foot. Left knee comes down if you're not already there. Top of your left foot on your mat. Wiggle your right toes to the top right corner of your mat for your runner's lunge. Left leg goes long and straight. Put a towel under your knee if the knee doesn't like this. All right, so other days of the week, we do a lunge with the blocks to prepare us for this. All right. Right toes are wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to the top right corner. Press into your hands or use a block to bring the ground up to you. You know, don't underestimate your body. You can do a lot more than you think. Just try. But if it hurts, if there's pain, don't do it. All right, I'm going to open up the right knee to the side of the room, pushing into the block. Now you can bring your elbows or your forearms down onto this block. Breathe. You can bring your forearms down to the earth. Breathe. Open up in the right hip. That's your runner's lunge. Press into your hands, bring them back to a natural position with your wrists under your shoulders. The right foot, send it back to meet the left. Let's do a side plank. The left arm is going to be your foundation. You're going to send your legs long, glue the ankles together, or take your variation. Maybe you're down on your knee. Lift the right arm high to the sky, lift your hips high, look up to your right fingers, breathe, exhale, finish. Hands come down, come back to a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. We did the right side, let's do the left. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge. Rise on up to standing. Take your lunge here. Back knee, start to bend it. Bend it a little bit more. Maybe you're holding on to a chair. Bend it, bend it, bend it. Think back to those Catholic school days, Linda. All right, bend it, bend it, bend it. Maybe arms lift. Maybe fingers go to the back of the room. Hands to prayer center. Let's do the twist on this side. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked. Lengthen up. Exhale, twist. You can be down on your back knee. Don't worry about it. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. You're working on the twist here, primarily. If your back knee is lifted, you're working on balance too, right? I didn't have to tell you that. Finish up. Knee comes down. Hands to prayer center. Place your hands inside your left front foot. Runner's lunge. This time the left toes. Wiggle to the top left corner of the mat. Right leg goes long and straight on the mat. Introduce the block. Push your hands into it. Open up the left foot. Breathe. Maybe come down to the forearms. Continue breathing. Don't quit on that. Bring your forearms all the way down to the earth if you like. Breathe. Let's finish. Push into your hands. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Side plank here. Right arm is your foundation. Shoulder over wrist. You can be down on your bottom knee. Lift your left leg up and enjoy your side plank there. Legs could be long, ankles glued together. One straight line from your left fingers through your right hand. Lift, breathe, look up. Finish, hands come down. Pedal it out in a down dog. All right, walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Find a block. Rise on up to standing, bring the block with you. All right, spread your legs wide. Spread your legs wide, pinky toes to the sides of your mat. We're gonna do a triangle pose. Trikonasana, not trichinosis. Trikonasana pose. All right, so your feet. Right now you got them parallel to the sides of the mat. Turn your right foot, so your right toes, like you're doing a warrior two. Right toes are towards the front of the mat. Adjust your back foot so it's comfortable. Maybe 45 degrees, twist it a little bit. Keep your hips equidistant to the mat. I'm gonna take the block into my right hand. I'm gonna keep my right knee straight. I'm gonna keep my left leg straight. I'm gonna bring this block down inside my right ankle. I'm gonna hold my fingertips on the block or maybe my hand. Left arm goes high to the sky. Push into the block, find your balance, look up towards your hand, breathe. This is your triangle pose. Now, you could remove the block and hold on to the inner calf. The goal here is to open up through the left shoulder and through the left hip, more so than bringing the hand all the way down to the ground. I know everybody wants to bring the hand all the way down to the ground. You can, if you can, without compromising the hip and the reach. Do what's right. That's why it's nice to have that block there. Breathe. It's more important to have the block there and feel stable and to reach through the fingers. Finish. Let's rise on up. Keep your legs nice and straight. Tee out your arms, feet, toes, little pinky toes. Come parallel to the short sides of your mat. Find your block. Bring it up with you. Tee out your arms. Adjust your feet like you're doing warrior two. Left toes to the top left corner or to the top of your mat. Adjust your back foot so it feels comfortable, maybe 45 degrees, whatever feels right. You know, don't stress and strain over something that doesn't feel right, just to get into a position. You want to try to keep your knees straight, but block is in the left hand. I'm going to bring my right arm up toward the sky, bring the left block inside my ankle, maybe push my fingers into it, lift my arm high to the sky, maybe press my hand into the block, look up. Hips are equidistant, legs are nice and straight. Look up, look up, look up. So, big difference between your warrior two and this is the straightening of the legs, right? Straighten the legs, push into the block. Maybe take the block lower or not. Inhale, lengthen up. Breathe. Look up. And then let's finish. Bring the arm down. Remove your block. Bring your toes, pinky toes, to the sides of your mat. Tee out your arm, Pasarita Padahastasana. Reach through your fingertips, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold forward. Your back is nice and flat. Once your back is flat and you start to go lower, bring your hands behind your calves. Elbows hugged in, fold in half here. Inhale, lengthen. Your belly's going to fill up and you're going to feel your chest rise. Exhale, fold in half, empty out the air. Finish up, rise on up, tee out your arms, finish. Hands to prayer center, foot meets foot, however you want to do it. Let's do our tree pose, Vrikasana. We do this a lot. It's a very good balancing pose. These next couple poses are all about balancing. Inhale, hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Exhale, let it go, soften in your shoulders. When you're ready, root into one foot. I'm going to root into my right foot. Open up the left foot to the side of the room. Be on the ball of the foot. Hold on to a chair if you want. Slip the foot up inside the foundational leg. Push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Hips are equidistant to the front of your room. Prayer center hands. Maybe hold on to that chair if that feels good. Grow your branches. Focus. Look where the ceiling and the wall meet. I say it every time. It really makes a difference. Sway your branches a little bit. Be strong here. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the left foot next to the right. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, soften up. Vrikasana, other side. Root through your left leg, open up through the right. Bring the sole of the foot wherever is right for you. You know, just not to put it on the knee. That's self-correcting. It doesn't feel right on the knee. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Back of the knee to the back of the room. Hands at prayer center. Find your focus. Find your focus. That's all that matters right now. If your focus is there, the balance will follow. Bring your hands on up. Sway your branches. You've got it. Breathe. Hands to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room. Plant the right foot and left foot together. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Time for eagle pose, Garandasana. You can do it seated in a chair. There's two parts to it, the upper body and the lower body. Do them both together or do one or the other. Let's begin by coming into tree pose. Bend your knees. If you're in a chair, you're golden. You got this going on already. Hands to prayer center. Shift the weight back into your feet a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Arms can stay right where you have them at prayer center. They can come to opposite shoulders, or you can reach them long in your chair pose, Utkatasana. Hold it here. I'm going to do the right side first. I'm going to sweep my right arm under my left, or like those other arm variations. Palms together to touch, elbows squeeze down. Look over your fingertips. I'm going to lift my right leg up, cross it over my left, hug high in the upper inner thighs. Take the top of my right foot behind my left calf. Sink low, squeeze tightly. Squeeze in the arms, squeeze in the legs, squeeze, hold. This is your eagle pose. Plant the foot next to the foundational foot. Arms lift high, stretch it out, Tadasana, mountain pose. Come on, reach through your fingers, lengthen through your hips. There you go. Come back to chair. Bend in the knees. Reach through the arms or the arm variation that is best for you today. I'm going to now sweep my left arm under my right, palms touch, elbows squeeze down, gaze over the fingertips, root into the right foot, lift out of the left. Maybe holding it right here is what works for you. Just lift it, play with it. Maybe cross the legs, top of the left foot, behind the right calf. Sink low, bring your shoulders back a little bit more. You should be looking forward as opposed to looking down. Sink, hold, breathe, release, left foot meets right, arms sweep up, extended mountain, you've got it. Breathe in, breathe out. When you're ready, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, rise on up, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Time to do dancer pose. All right, another big balancing pose. You're standing, your arms are lifted, sweep your right arm back, sweep it to the back of your room. Put the weight into your left foot. Take the right hand, capture the inside of the right foot. Lengthen up here. Maybe you've got a chair nearby and you're keeping your balance on your chair. Hold it. Draw the knees together at the midline. Lengthen through your left fingers. Kick into your back hand. Reach your left hand forward. Kick into your back hand. Kick the knee back and up. Reach and stretch. There's your dancer pose. Right foot meets left, arms go back up to the sky. Lengthen up in your extended mountain. Start to sweep the left arm back. Maybe that's what you do today. Maybe the focus is on your shoulders instead of the balance. That's fine. I'm gonna root into my right foot, weight out of my left. I'm gonna reach my left hand around. Capture the inside of my left foot, lengthen up through my right fingers. Staying right here is great. Hold on, knees are together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, kick. Reach forward. Kick back, then kick up. Reach, 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 and finish. Foot comes down, hands back to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gratitude, thankfulness. Breathe, lengthen. Exhale, fold in half. Walk your hands forward. If you like, let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana. So you'll go high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg, kick it high. Half pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist. Left leg goes long, maybe a towel goes under the left knee. Bring your block close by on your right side. Work your right shin a little more parallel to the top of your mat. Slip the block underneath your right glute. It ensures that your hips stay equidistant. Press into your hands, gaze down your nose. Exhale, work your forearms down to the earth. Rest your head on your hands or your forearm. Find length in your spine. Find space in your hip. This is a great pose in which to exhale as you soften in your shoulders. Send breath to your hips. Let it go. On an inhale, let's come out of it. Press into your hands. Remove your block to the other side. Tuck your back left toes under. Send your right leg high. Shake it around. Think like fire hydrant or donkey kick. Just move that right leg. Finish, plant the foot. You're back in your down dog. Loosen your neck. Tailbone high to the sky. Exhale your left leg. And when you're ready, bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Right leg goes long. You're going to slip the block under your left glutes to keep your hips equidistant. Wiggle your left shin a little more forward so it's more parallel to the top of your mat. Not totally parallel. I don't know if you can do that, but just a little more so you feel it in your backside. Lengthen up, rest here, soften in your glutes. Slip on down to your forearms or your head on your hands. Soften in your shoulders. Let it go. Big stretch in your hips. They're capable, they're able, you got it. And you know, other days of the week we do this lying on our back. So come back, check other days for other variations, and put together the practice that works for you, because you are your own best teacher. My job is to hold space for you here on your mat and to just show you some ways you can do things. All right, press into your hands. Remove the block. Tuck your back right toes under. Send your left leg back to meet the right. Shake it out any way you like that feels good for you today. Come back to your downward facing dog. Tailbone high to the sky. Hinge forward, high plank. Just for a second, push the earth away. Lower down with your elbows bent. Come down to your belly. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, hands underneath your collarbones. Zip your legs up, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Zip your elbows up too, nice and tight. Gaze down your nose, exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise up in the shoulders, in the nose, gaze down your nose. Squeeze your elbows together. Maybe lift your hands up, maybe put your fingertips on your mat. A big compression of your low back. How are you doing? Let's finish. Come on down, arms down by your sides. Turn your head so your left cheek, or turn it more so your left ear is on the mat. Shoulders are soft, away from your ears, fingers down toward your knees. Breathe. Head back to the midline of your body. Time for floor bow, Dhanurasana. Bend your knees. Maybe that's all you do right here, right now. Then try to lift out of your thighs. Maybe that's what you do right now, right here. Maybe you've come to like a strap around your knees and you pull on the strap. I'm going to reach my hands around and capture the outsides of my ankles. I'm going to bring my knees back together at the midline because they always wiggle apart. Bring your heels closer to your bottom. Think of your collarbone opening up as you kick hard into your feet and feet into the hands, gaze down your nose, lift on up, maybe balance on your pelvis, and then come on down. All the way down, arms released. Turn your head the other way. Right cheek, right ear on your mat. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. Chin back to center, hands under your collarbones. Press on up, seal pose. Press all the way up to standing on your knees. Maybe put a block between your ankles. Come on up to standing on your knees, hands to your low back. Push your hips forward. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Take a camel pose if it feels good for you. Breathe, maybe look overhead, maybe lean on back and capture the block or the heels. Look back to the back of your room. Place your hands back on your low back, shoulders over your hips. Remove your block, have a seat on your heels. Hands to prayer center, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, let it go. Come on down to your back, bring your eye shade and your towel up by your shoulders. Bridge pose, feet are planted. Knees bent, arms down by your side, hips go high. Lift them up good and high, roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Legs go long on your mat, heels are on your mat. Bend your right knee, draw it up towards your chest and hug it in. Use your towel if you want. Hug it in with interlaced fingers if you want. Circle the ankle around a bit. Draw your left toes towards your shins so your left calf is planted. Supine twist. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of the body. Tee out your right arm. Look right. Right shoulder stays down. Inhale back to center. Hug the right knee in and circle the ankle this way and that. Right leg meets left at the bottom of your mat. Left leg's turn. Drag the heel up. Interlaced fingers. Hug it in. Circle the ankle because you can. Right hand guides left knee across the midline of your body. Roll onto your right hip. Tee out your left arm. Look to the left. You got it. Hips meet on the mat. Hug the left knee in. Circle the ankle this way and that. Legs go long on your mat. Arms down by your sides. Lift your straight legs up, 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 nice and slowly up to the sky. Lift them all the way up. Bend your knees. Left knee, left armpit. Right knee, right armpit. Hands are holding on tightly underneath the knees. We're going to do Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Rock a little bit from side to side. Hands can reach inside the calves and hold on here, drawing the knees kind of out and around and up into your armpits. Baby, you can find your heels. Hold on to your heels. Draw your toes towards your shins. Hold on tightly. Straighten one leg up to the sky, then rebend it and straighten the other leg. Happy Baby pose. Think of a little baby in a crib. There you go. Breathe. Let's finish with Happy Baby. Release your hands from your heels. Draw your knees back together to touch. Send your legs up to the sky. Arms down by your sides. Slowly float your legs on down. Your tailbone is plugged in to your mat. Let it come down nice and slowly. You got it, you got it, you got it, you did it, you did it, you did it. Heels plant, final Shavasana time. All right, cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. Maybe you bring a blanket and you use that too. Heels spread to the bottom corners of your mat. Arms down by your sides, wiggle your shoulders so you're comfortable. Cover your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let everything go. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Soften your breath. Let your eyes feel heavy in their eye sockets. So your heels are on your mat. Let your pinky toes work toward the edges of your mat as you feel your hips externally rotate. Breathe in, breathe out. Deeply. Breaths in, maybe through the nose and maybe out through the mouth. Whatever feels right for you is right. Your shoulders are soft, away from your ears. Your body is super heavy. It worked super hard. Think of all those warrior poses you did. Think of the chaturangas. Let your body rest for a moment. It's got to recover. And now's the time. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you've got your remote control handy, you might want to hit pause and enjoy your final Shavasana pose longer. If it's time for you to conclude your hour-long practice, take a deep, refreshing breath in through your nose and a big breath out through your mouth. Sigh it out audibly. Really empty it out. Let all the stale air go. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Turn your neck left to right, right to left. Massage the back of your skull on your mat. Bring your head back to stillness at the midline. Circle your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, reach high overhead. Take a big good morning stretch as if it were the first stretch of your day. Point your toes too. Feel it all the way up through your hips. Nice big stretch. Exhale, bend your knees, roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Bend your low arm and use that bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in your top shoulder, eyes are closed. Savor a cycle of breath here. As you're ready, float on up with your eyes closed or open. It's up to you. Using your hands or not, just be aware of what you're doing. Sit comfortably, whatever comfortable is for you. Don't be afraid of getting down on the floor. You got to get down on the floor. You got to move. Bring the palms of your hands together to touch. Feel the warmth in your body. Press your thumbs into your chest slightly. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Soften up through your shoulders. Take a big inhale that originates at the base of your spine, goes all the way up through the crown of your head, and then reverse it. A big exhale that helps you settle into the earth, the firm foundation beneath you. Blink your eyes open. You did it! Congratulations. You did a 1 hour long yoga practice. I hope it went by quickly. I think it goes by quickly. The more you do it, the better you feel about it. And you're going to improve. How do you improve? You try, you start, and you believe. Believing is a real important part of the power of change. All right, stress number. What was it? And what is it? That's kind of our only little tangible measure right here, right now, of what the yoga has done for you. Your stress has come down, so your yoga works great things in your mind too. You'll feel better throughout the day as you do the things you love to do off of your mat, and that's important. And you know what? Honestly, you may not be where you want to be yet, but you're a lot closer than you were an hour ago. So remember that. Come back tomorrow, different kind of practice. You can do them all because you're going to modify, and we'll see you on your mats tomorrow. From us to you, much love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. See you on your mats tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye. Another practice in the books. Good on you. Allow yourself the grace to just enjoy the practice just the way it is in your body, however it feels. Don't ever let a practice hurt. Just enjoy it and just show up. Let your dogs be there too. They're kind of fun to practice with. All right, here's the deal. Our practice is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Tell your friends about us. Tell them how good you're feeling. They can do yoga too. We can all do yoga, dogs included. If you'd like to support our broadcast, visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow, and just give yourself a little bit of grace in all you do today. See you tomorrow.